Well, the Democratic Alliance expected to name the person who will lead the party to the 2024 general elections and beyond this afternoon. With a turnout of 98.2%, the party's nearly 2,000 delegates at the Congress in Midrand, Johannesburg, cast their votes this morning. This is where we find our reporter Natasha Puri. She's standing by with the latest for us. Natasha, when exactly are we expecting that announcement this afternoon? And talk to us about what is currently happening there.
Well, thank you so much, Unaiti, and of course to our SABC viewers. Currently, DA delegates, those 2,000 DA delegates, are currently deliberating on the party's resolutions. But I just want to draw your attention to the political reports that was delivered by the incumbent, John Steenhuisen, about an hour or so ago. He had said that, he took over the DA at a time where the party was really at a crossroads, where the party had electoral support, had actually declined to 20.7%, and he had said that, listen, when he took over the party, he managed to actually grow the party's support at the polls. But let's just listen to that clip, Unaiti.
It's been the singular biggest honor of my life that you bestowed upon me to lead this party over these last 3 years. And whatever happens today in the voting, I will cherish these 3 years as the greatest time of my life. And that is largely due to the fact that every single day of those last 3 years, I've had the opportunity to work with all of you, side by side in the trenches, fighting the good fight, never giving up, and never stopping to fight for the people of South Africa. South Africa needs a strong DA to build a better future. Our Congress has shown them that we are ready. It's time to get out there, win those votes to build a better future. Thank you.
Mr. Steenhuisen also mentioned the very, important topic of coalitions, and this is as the DA is actually pushing for certain laws to actually govern coalition governments. Let's just also listen to that clip.
Because this is something that's certainly going to be a big part of our election story next year. And the events of the past few years in Johannesburg and Ekurhuleni, and also in Tshwane, have taught us some incredibly valuable lessons. Many of these lessons were around the importance of principles in coalition governments and how you can never sacrifice these principles just for the sake of power. But an equally important lesson we learned was around the composition of coalition governments. If you look at the difference between the relatively stable Tshwane and perpetually unstable Johannesburg and Ekurhuleni, it comes down to a number of parties represented in coalition. In Tshwane, we have a majority coalition made up of just 4 parties. In the other Gauteng metros, we have minority governments with up to 10 parties in each. This is why our excellent Chief Whip in the National Assembly, Siviwe Gwarube, is working hard on a number of bills aimed at solving these issues around too many splinter parties disrupting coalition government.
Well, like I mentioned earlier on, we're less than an hour, 30 minutes from finding out who the new DA leader will be. And remember, the underlying tone here at this conference is that whoever will be elected to be the new DA leader may be potentially the presidential candidate for next year. And this is if the ANC will be dipping below 50%. But the DA is confident that they will be, the kingmakers, post the 2024 elections, which will take place next year or night. And the party really saying that, listen, they really want to be, the party of choice for many South Africans. The underlying tone also is that the DA has the capability to take South Africa forward, and the time for the ANC is actually over. Like I attributed earlier on, the DA leader there, John Steenhuisen, giving his political report saying that he found the party, somewhat at a crossroads, but since he took over the reins as DA leader from Musi Maimane, the party's growth at the polls has actually somewhat increased, and that is evident in the support of the by-elections. According to, I was just reading some research from the DA's website, they had said that the electoral support since 2021 in by-elections had actually increased by 7%, Unathi. But just also drawing our viewers and taking our viewers back to yesterday, what both contenders had to say. Dr. Mpopalazi is saying that she may not have, the 10 years of experience like, John Steenhuisen has had as a councillor, but of course she is very capable to take the DA forward. John Steenhuisen also attributing, saying that he has the capabilities and the experience to take the DA forward. So I do implore our SABC viewers to stay tuned to SABC News as we give you all the latest in regards to who will be the next DA leader.